Weight loss has nothing to do with weight or calories, actually. Why do you think the whole eat less, move more has not really been working out for anybody? It's because it's not that simple. Eat less, move more is talking to us like we are robots, as if we don't have emotions or hormones or medical issues or beliefs that have been ingrained in us a long time ago. Eat less, move more is talking to us just from the perspective of logic. And I guarantee you, after 20 years in fitness and health industry, and after battling weight issues myself a couple times in my life, including dealing with a binging disorder, I can tell you for a fact that weight loss has nothing to do with calories, meal plans, or workouts. Weight loss has everything to do with how you're thinking, how you're feeling, and therefore how you're acting. In other words, what actions are you taking on a daily or weekly basis? Diets, meal plans, workout regimens, weight loss pills, doing 1,000 crunches a day, or whatever nonsense that you've been told to do will never work. Just ask yourself, how many times have you tried to lose weight? How many diets have you been on? How many people do you know that have struggled with weight for a long time? And also, why is it that most people that have weight loss surgeries gain all the weight back within the next 5 to 10 years? It's because it doesn't have anything to do with calories. So what does work, Lex, you're asking? And I'm glad you asked. What does work is the inner change, inner shift, inner work that we're about to discuss today. It's about what's hiding in your subconscious mind behind your desire to lose weight. Because once again, you logically know you want to lose weight, but what's happening emotionally, subconsciously, mentally? That's what we need to address. And before we dive any further, let me introduce myself real quick. Hi, I'm Lex Bucco. Welcome to my channel. I have been in health and fitness industry for over 20 years. I've trained in amateur boxing, amateur kickboxing, and bodybuilding. I have been overweight, underweight, overtrained, injured. I've screwed up my hormones and my thyroid. I've had a binging disorder. You name it, I've probably done it and dealt with it. And I'm finally at a place of peace with my body and my health. And that's why I'm here on this channel to share all my knowledge, experience, and information with you so that you too can feel like you're at a 10 daily. So go ahead and hit that subscribe and join me on this journey of health. Let's dive into it. So the way we're going to do this today is I'm going to tell you what doesn't work and why it doesn't work, and then I'll tell you what you can do instead. Ready? Here we go. Diets make you feel restricted and deprived. The problem with diets is that it's not how you're eating already. It is someone giving you a diet and telling you this is what you have to do. It has nothing to do with you connecting with your body, dealing with past trauma, dealing with your subconscious mind. You know then that a diet is for a limited time, and then after dieting and feeling restricted and deprived, you go back to the food that brought you joy or perceived joy and happiness to once again gain weight and not change from the inner perspective. And whenever we as humans feel restricted or deprived, that's exactly what we want. I remember when I was competing in bodybuilding, the moment that I decide to do the next competition and start getting ready for it, I would start thinking about Twizzlers. And I never eat Twizzlers ever. But the moment I would decide this is what we're doing, here comes a Twizzler craving. And think about it. Whenever you think you can't eat something, that's exactly the food that you want. So feeling restricted and deprived will never work long term. How long is the longest diet you've been on? A week, 2, 3 maybe? And after that, it just didn't work. So instead of going on a restrictive diet or a meal plan or doing anything drastic, apply what I teach my clients is called a SCA, small, consistent action. When you are thinking about making a change, instead of saying, I'm going to eat all clean now, or I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week now, and that's not what you've done before, it's a huge change for you, ask yourself this: can I do this indefinitely? If the answer is, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure I can do this every single day, then it's too much of a jump. But if instead of changing all at once, if you say, I'm going to make sure that I try one new recipe every week. Can you do that indefinitely? Can you do that? Oh, yeah, like one recipe a week, that's doable. I'm gonna do 10 squats every day and then slowly later on start adding more. Can you do that indefinitely? Yeah, there's not a lot that your brain can tell you to talk you out of your 10 squats. This is why you want to start with SCA. So when you're changing too much all at once, your brain freaks out. It freaks out for a few reasons. One, your brain wants to conserve energy. This is why it loves habits. But before something is a habit, if your brain perceives that it's going to take too much energy, it will find a way to talk you out of it. Your brain knows how to push your buttons, and you know this. One day you're feeling motivated, you joined the gym, you bought all your veggies, your fridge is looking colorful and great, and then 2 days later you're on the couch, you cannot move yourself, you're eating that bag of Cheetos or cookies or whatever it is that's your go-to food. And the words you use are going to tell you a lot about how you feel about something. For example, if you are wanting to eat clean, but I put your favorite cheesecake in front of you and you say, you know what, Lex, I can't have that. That's very disempowering to you because it sounds like I really want to, but someone else made a decision for me not to have that. Therefore, I can't. But if instead you consciously make a choice and you say, you know what, I'm just not going to have that today, you feel empowered because it's you making a decision. And this is what I teach my clients. If something is messing with your mind so much and you're going that whole, should I have it, should I not, should I have it, should I not, I really shouldn't, but I really want to. If it's taking too much of your energy, just consciously decide, you know what, I'm going to go and have this cheesecake and I'm going to actually enjoy it. You're taking the emotion out of it. You're taking all that guilt and shame out of it. You're consciously making a choice that you are okay with that. I've been suggesting this to clients for years now, and every single time they would come back and say, you know what happened? I had 2 bites and I was done. Because you're not eating out of your emotions. You're eating because you are either enjoying something or not. So you are consciously stepping out of your subconscious and choosing for you. So change the words. I can't have that to, you know what, I don't want that. Or consciously choose to have it. No restriction, no deprivation, no drastic changes. Then we need to look into our beliefs because our beliefs, our subconscious mind is the one running the show. We know consciously we want to lose weight. This is where frustration comes for people, especially women that I've been working with, because they feel, I should know better. I should do better. What is wrong with me? There is nothing wrong with you. It is the way our brain works. It wants to conserve energy, it wants to run off of habits, and it actually always listens to your subconscious mind. So you know logically and consciously you want to lose weight, but subconsciously something is preventing you. Subconsciously you believe that you don't deserve it. Subconsciously you are protecting yourself from something or someone. Subconsciously, you maybe believe that you can't have it all and you already have a successful career and great marriage, so you cannot really have it all. Subconsciously, you believe you're not worthy of loving yourself. And that, my friend, is running the show. And that will always be the case. So we have to address the beliefs. We have to address the subconscious mind. We have to start being aware of our thoughts and feelings. We have to start listening to how we're talking to ourselves about ourselves. If you're always looking in the mirror and saying awful things to your body, how do you think your body is going to respond? See, even though you're wanting to lose weight, that's still your focal point. So everything revolves around weight. And so even though you think you're going away from it, you're actually going toward it because it's still in the center of your attention. This is why I teach my clients start focusing on health rather than weight or weight loss, and the weight is guaranteed to fall off unless you have like a underlying medical issue and maybe you're not aware of yet. But it cannot stay when you start addressing how you're feeling in your body. Do you feel safe in your body? Is there something you're protecting yourself from? Is there some belief that you need to look at? And we have all kind of been taught not to love ourselves because we've been taught, especially as women, to give, love, give. But this whole journey really is about you learning to love yourself. Because when you truly respect and you love yourself, you won't allow these food companies to control you. You won't allow guilt and shame to eat you up alive. You will not allow yourself to eat things that don't serve your body. Now, there are many tools to dig into your subconscious mind and figure out what's going on there. One of the easiest ways that you can do is ask yourself why 5 times. If you have never heard me talk about it, it's a simple exercise where you ask yourself, why is it that I want to lose weight? Whatever answer comes, ask yourself, why is it that I want that? Why is that important for me? And then you dig deeper and deeper. Now, you have to be really willing to open up and find that deep subconscious reason why, because otherwise you're never going to get to that strong why. And your why that you begin with is going to be very different from your subconscious why. And I've seen this every single time. If a person is not willing to open up and really dig into that subconscious mind, they never have a strong enough reason why that's going to carry them through the change, because you have to be willing to change. And nothing comes without a strong why. And if there's not that strong of a reason, it won't last. And I go into many other tools in my membership and in my coaching. So if you're someone who wants to look further into what I offer as far as membership or coaching, I'll leave the links below, read about it, contact me, and let me know if you have any questions, because obviously I'm here to serve you. Another tool, real quick, would be to listen to the words you're saying. When you say things like, I'm going to try, you're already backing out of it. I'm going to try to go to the gym this week. I don't believe you. Oh, I'm going to try to cook better. Does that sound really promising to you? Like, would you bet on that happening if someone else told you that? Like, if an athlete that's going to the Olympics is saying, I'm going to try to train enough for the Olympics. I don't know. Do you trust that they're going to go to the Olympics? But if they say, this is it, I am doing this, I know that this is at the end, this is out of my control, but I know I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to give my best. I'm going to train right. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to sleep right. I am giving my all. Who are you willing to bet on, the trier or the doer? And this is the same way we tell ourselves things. I'm going to try to do better. I don't know about that. So make sure you're listening to yourself and the words you're using. And, oftentimes it's actually easier to hear others than it is to hear ourselves. So I do encourage you to pay attention to when others are saying the word try. I'm going to try. Do you believe them? And not to judge them, because obviously we all do that, but it just helps you understand, hey, when am I using this term? When am I actually trying something? Trying is opposite of commitment. Commitment is what's going to get you the change. Trying is not. Commitment, just like a relationship, just like a marriage, it's a commitment. I'm going to try to do good in this marriage. I'm going to try not to cheat. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I think you get the point. One more tool that I can suggest to you real quick would be meditation, journaling, mindfulness. All of these techniques are going to help you determine what's going on up here. Because scientists say that we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts every day. I think it's almost doubled on that, but that's a story for another time. And then 95% of those thoughts are the same ones that we had yesterday, and they are the ones running the show. If you consciously start changing just 1% of your thoughts, you're already on the right track. Now, journaling, meditation, mindfulness really help you start being aware of those thoughts, so that when you're mindlessly washing the dishes, you can catch yourself having that argument that's been going on in your head for God knows how long, that actually happened 20 years ago, or maybe it didn't even happen at all. And I know you're probably laughing right now or chuckling, because you know what I'm talking about. We all do it. But this is why we have to really pay attention to what's going on up here. Because what's going on in our head, our thoughts determine how we're going to feel. Right? You have a negative thought of someone pissing you off, and now you're feeling angry. That was caused by a thought. Now that anger is going to make you go out there and want to punch them, right? Or not. So thoughts go to emotions, go to actions, and then they all start circling around to create this catch-22. Meditation, journaling, mindfulness, all these practices are going to help you get out of that catch-22, because you're not stuck in that circle. You're outside observing yourself and going, never realized I was thinking about that most of my mornings. Oh, I never realized that those are the worst things that I could be listening to or thinking about before I fall asleep. Now there's something I can change about it. A quick note on that, when you start being aware, please, 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 please make sure that you're not judging yourself, shaming yourself, or guilting yourself for having those thoughts. The first step is awareness. That's the first step. You're just starting to be aware. It's like you just woke up and you're realizing what's going on. That's the first step. The second step I find to be the hardest. The second one is you're watching yourself do what you're not supposed to do, think about what you're not supposed to think about, but you're still not strong enough to stop it. That's okay. You're still going in the right direction. The third step is you're getting stronger and stronger, and more times than not, you're able to calm yourself down and respond rather than just react. And then the fourth step is, all right, I have changed, I have rewired my central nervous system. So please, no judgment, guilt, or shame because you're just starting to be aware of how you're thinking and feeling and therefore acting. Another reason why diets, meal plans, and calories don't work is the whole time you're feeling not so great about yourself and your body, and you're training your brain. You're telling yourself, I'll feel happier when I lose weight. I'll feel better when I lose weight. I'll feel sexier when I lose weight. And you're training your brain in this repetitive action to always look for something in the future, but never actually get there. So if you and when you do lose weight actually, and even keep it off, and the newness wears off, you're back to, I don't feel so great because there's more that I can change. It's that hedonic treadmill. We're never happy with status quo. And not to say there cannot be improvements all the time or that your goals can't change, but if you're constantly training your brain to think about, I'll do that when I get there, you are never going to get there because the feeling comes first. So how to change that is really taking time to ask yourself, how is it that I want to feel if I were to lose weight? How is it that I want to feel? What do I want to get out of it? What is the feeling that I want to get out of it? Do I want to feel more confident? Do I want to feel sexier? Do I want to feel that the clothes is fitting me no matter what? Do I want to feel whatever it is that you want to feel? Maybe you don't even know right now. Maybe this is a completely new question for you and you're like, I don't even know what I want out of it. I just know I want to lose weight. Great. Do the 5 whys, determine what you're talking about, thinking about, feeling about, and then ask yourself, what is the feeling that I want? Because you have to get to that feeling and you have to train your brain and your body to learn how to feel that way now, because that is how it's going to get you to feeling great about your weight loss, about your body, about whatever it is. So what is it that you want to feel? Ask yourself that, ponder on that. It's not an easy question always. And then the hardest thing is practice being that now, feeling that now. And you're like, Lex, I don't know how to feel confident. That's the whole point. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. You have to learn. You have to train your body and your brain to allow you, to give you a permission slip to feel confident. That will also show you a lot of subconscious beliefs. A lot of that will resurface. Inner work is inner war. With my clients, we always talk about it as inner war. It is truly as if you're having a devil and an angel sitting there. It's just that you've been listening to the devil. Well, now we're going to reduce that volume on the devil and really up that voice on the angel. You have to train your brain to be positive about yourself. You have to train your brain after spending all these years, all these decades, allowing society to tell you you are not good enough. I mean, look at the plastic surgery, the Botox, the fitness industry is also. Now, I'm not judging. I haven't done any work yet, but I'm not saying I won't. But what I'm saying is it's a multi-gazillion dollar industry for a reason. They're making us women feel like we're never good enough. Our eyelashes are never good enough. Our eyebrows are never good enough. Our nose is never good enough. Our lips are never good enough. Our teeth are never, like nothing is ever good enough. Where the key is, you know what? I want to do whatever is in my power to feel great. And then should I find a reason to improve? Okay, but I'm not going to let that improvement determine how I'm going to feel about myself. Feeling first. And it takes time. So here's my permission slip that I'm giving to you right now. Hold it. Here it is for you. That's your permission slip to allow yourself to feel confident, to feel sexy, to feel beautiful. I challenge you to go look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you are beautiful and that you are worthy. I have people want to vomit over this exercise. And believe me, it's not comfortable because we've been taught so much that that's not good. And that's not humble. It all starts from you. It all starts from how you're feeling about you. And you can change that starting today. And another little tip that I'm going to give you on how to change this is screw yourself up to success. And here's what I mean. When I had a fitness studio and I was a trainer, I used to never want to get up early. I'm not a morning person, and I finally gave up on that. But I was really trying to make myself get up early. And no matter what I set myself to do in the morning, for me, it was not working out because every morning I have a bunch of reasons why not to. But I would always show up for my clients. So I would find clients that want to train early. I had a client that wanted to train at 4:45 and 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, let's do this because I knew I will show up for her. Now we can get into the whole discussion of why we don't show up for ourselves the way we do into others, but that's not what I want to do here. I want to point out how I made myself get up because I had no choice, or I knew I was going to show up for her. So what is something that you can do to make yourself have to do something? Maybe you sign up with a local running club and you have to show up. Maybe you bet with someone and you're not willing to lose that bet on how many times you're going to work out in this whole next month. Maybe you hire a coach, whether it's me or someone else, or join a membership like mine where you're held accountable and you don't want to let us down. There are many ways of doing this, but I want to open up your mind to say, how could I do this to myself so that I don't have a choice but to take the right action? And if you do need more personalized guidance, like I said, I do have a membership and I do have coaching. So check that out. Maybe you want to book a call with me and go into detail about the steps that you need to take with having me follow up with you each week. Now, there are many other mistakes, quote unquote, that women make when they're trying to lose weight. And I've taken 7 most common mistakes that I've seen women make in 20 years of my experience. And I have a whole video that you can watch on that. Click here and watch now.